on this. We are being joined now live from Guwahati by Dinesh Lahoti. Dinesh Lahoti is the founder of Edugenie, a unique education concept. Dinesh, if we are connected with Dinesh Lahoti, Dinesh, we were discussing about what could be the way forward at a time when we don't see schools reopening, say, till July end or August, and the students are the receiving end. What could be the way forward? How do we make up for this lost time and precious school days left? Of course, security is more important. Safety of children is of prime importance. We are talking about an alternative. Not that we are trying to force children to go to school at a time when it is not safe, but what could be the alternative? Is an alternative even there?
Hi, Nabarun. I feel that there is a lot of things that can be done in this time, and I think we should really be very much thankful to the teachers community. I think they have been the silent warrior all throughout. I mean, the way they have upskilled themselves in this such a less time, may it be government schools or may it be private schools, the way they have taken the whole thing online in whatever way possible, it's really amazing and really worth celebrating. Also, I feel. However, I really feel that we all talk about making our country atmanirbhar, but how can we make a country atmanirbhar without its student being atmanirbhar, right? So what I mean by this is it's a high time where we start focusing on making students independent learner. There have been a lot of educators who always keep on saying about the 21st century dynamics. I think this is a dynamic, a real dynamic, which is pretty much visible right now. I really feel it's a high time we develop them to be an independent learner, and we develop them with the skills of how they can be an independent learner sitting at home, and how can we them empower them with that. So I really feel making them Atmanirbhar student is the most important thing that can be done. And with a very structured program in terms of mentoring, an adult can actually help young students to understand and how to learn effectively. I think that is very, very important. Again, our students know. Yeah.
Again, Dinesh, in a country like India, what you're talking about, the main problem is reaching out to a majority of our students. We cannot talk of selectively of a few private, high-end private schools. We are talking about each and every school at the district, village, block level, reaching out to them. They are the ones also losing out. How to go about that? Do we have a plan in place? Maybe not immediately, but can we start? Can we start doing something? Can we start planning for the future at least now?
Yeah, I think it's amazing time to actually basically come with a very fundamental question, of redesigning the way education is being perceived right now. We all are talking about covering the curriculum, covering the syllabus, but is it really the syllabus that is really the thing of worry, except students who are appearing for the board exams? I really feel like it's a high time where we rethink about how can we actually empower the different aspects of learning that is important for our communities. And I really feel that a lot of things can be done where every person now have to take a role of being a mentor to a child. They can help them with the very basic fundamental skills of maybe reading, writing, and maybe basic arithmetic and numeracy. We are lacking far behind in this compared to what should be the average. You might be aware that Assam has the highest number of school dropouts after class 10 in the recent survey that we got. The dropout number is pretty high. I really feel that a lot of initiatives can be done where we empower community member, like we empower parents, not only the teachers. And this can be done in a series of programs via which you train parents online how can they help the students learn, and it should be in as many languages as possible. It should not be the only pure responsibility of teachers at this stage. I think a lot of things can be done if we use the platform like news channels and other platform, which can be actually helpful to reach students, right? We may not have an internet, but we do have a TV everywhere. But again, talking of only curriculum, I think will not help. Apart from curriculum, we are all talking about what to learn, the syllabus, right? I think it's a high time we teach them how to learn. And if we can do that, I'm sure like parents and as well as the students, they themselves can be more of independent learner, and that way it can empower it, and we can reach to as local level as possible, as maybe at the village or maybe at the block or maybe at a remote to remote areas where there is no access. If we can have a program which empowers them how to learn.
And how much of a role do you think schools can play here, even though classes are not going on? How much of a big role do you think schools can play here in mobilizing not only the teachers and the staff, but maybe also the senior students, probably getting coming up with some innovative idea or the other to ensure that maximum students benefits in some way or the other? Can something be done? If, of course, say in a...
Yes, now.
Yeah.
Yes, Nabarun, I really agree with your point when you say that can school do something in terms of reaching out to not only parents but also to their alumni. And I think it's a very high time we all take a role and responsibility in terms of educating anyone living around us, right? So it may be like I'm living in a village, in a town. I might be might have some skills or some knowledge which I really can transfer to my student. I think the major important part here is that students shouldn't stop learning, right? And they should not stop like the whole idea of interacting with the people. I think that's really important for their mental well-being also. And if how somehow we can create a movement where we take a kind of a mantra where each one teach at least one, or each one mentor at least one, right? It can be via phone call, or it can be via if you are around a place, you can go there, arrange a couple of students and start teaching them with a very basic things. I really feel in my work in education, what I've really realized, the basic skills of reading and comprehending a text is something which is very, very rare even in the top private schools in the country right now, right? So I think we really, really need to focus in terms of developing the skills which will actually empower them, and this can be done
Absolutely.
with the help of community, right?
Absolutely.
So community participation is the key here, and I
community
think schools
participation is the key today. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Dinesh Lahoti, for your perspective on the issue. I'm sure this will need another discussion, but this is a wrap of today's Bottom Line.